She made me sit through another episode.
Like it's a bad thing?
I don't know. He says I'm like reluctant to watch the show and I don't know why.
Because I'm making you do it, that's why.
That? I don't know. What's happened recently that's been super interesting and fascinating?
On Game of Thrones?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Brienne, okay? Come on. I like the stuff with Brienne.
She got run off by Sansa and chased through the woods.
No, but the thing is, okay, the thing with Brienne, though, is since they've totally cut out the Lady Stoneheart plotline, she's like a wild card now. She could hook up and be friends with Littlefinger for all we know.
She's never gonna do that. Oh, I don't know. I feel like the show's just been kind of like coasting. Like it feels like it's the middle of the season, not the beginning. Nothing's really happened.
We got to go to Dorne.
Okay.
We got to see that Oberyn's girlfriend is...
A little pissed. And that the king is doing nothing.
Yeah, but I assume next episode we'll get the Sand Snakes.
Maybe, but we're 2 episodes in and I'm bored. I'm bored. This shouldn't happen.
It's because, like, you're ridiculous. That's why.
I'm not ridiculous. I have reasonable expectations and I expect to be entertained.
Okay, so in this episode, the episode started with Arya. You can't tell me that the stuff with Arya is boring.
No, it's not boring, but it's not, like, super enticing either.
I want to see what the House of Black and White is going to be like.
I do. But are they going to do it? Are they going to give us lots of information, or are they just going to kind of throw a little bit at us throughout the whole season?
So Arya arrives at the House of Black and White only to be sent away, and she spends the episode kind of wandering through Bravos.
See?
Well, we have to see what Bravos is like.
We saw an alleyway!
Yeah, well, we saw, okay, what did we learn from the alleyway sequence? We learned that the people from the House of Black and White are terrifying to the lay thief-like folk.
And we have no idea why. They just are.
Well, that's something we can find out next episode.
Congratulations, you saw the alleyway and a giant man. And possibly a shot of his
Jack and
crotch.
Haggard! Aren't you excited for Jack and
That
Haggard?
was 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm excited. Where was that at the beginning of the episode?
It's called a cliffhanger. It is a cliffhanger.
It only works if the rest of the episode was somewhat interesting.
And what about Bron? What about Bron?
Poor guy.
Yeah, he's gonna go on an epic quest with Jaime Lannister. And it's gonna be awesome, because there's probably gonna be, like, really weird, like, flirt, not flirt thing, you know? You know what I'm talking about, where
You think you're gonna get a giant bromance.
Yes, and it's gonna be, like, filling the hole in Bron's heart from losing Tyrion, and I don't know.
That giant castle that he's apparently gonna lose.
My money's actually on Bron dying.
I would be so sad.
I like him. He's one of my favorite characters. Even though, okay, the scene where he's talking to his, like, betrothed. That was good.
That was
you have
hilarious.
to say that was good. Right?
That was probably the best part of the whole damn episode.
Because he's just like, oh, you know, people who are mean.
They get what's coming to them. You're like,
You're gonna murder her sister and her mother and anyone who stands in line to, so you can have a pretty castle.
He was pretty. That was the best part of the episode. That one little bit.
Also, her face when she realized that that was Jaime Lannister.
I didn't see it.
She was just like, her eyes went wide and she's just like, pretty.
He's gotten more attractive, you're right. She turned to me and she's like, is it just me, or is he way more attractive than he was when he started the series? And I'm like, no.
It's because, you know what it is? It's because he doesn't look like the Shrek prince anymore.
The Shrek prince.
Have you not seen it? Okay, in Shrek, Prince Charming. Shrek 2, Prince Charming.
Yes. Okay, I see what you mean. Well, I'm excited to see Jamie and Bron go off on their little adventure.
And we also have Jon Snow.
Yeah, that was okay.
Sam's rousing speech.
That was cute.
Being like...
But I missed the Sam characterization where he's like, oh, well, there's only really one real choice for being the commander of the Night's Watch, and, oh, we voted on this, and, you know, Jon and the other guy are even, so I've got to, like, work this in the shadows and create a deal to make sure that Jon gets voted as captain, because that's the only way this is going to happen.
I liked the Maester doing the last thing.
Yeah.
It was simple, and it was just like a big, like, F you to everyone.
Yeah. You get, like, a couple moments here and there. Like, 10 minutes of the show was really interesting. 10 minutes.
Well, I know part of the problem is you don't like Daenerys.
I don't. Because she kind of just was like, oh, I have problems. I think I should solve them. She never really gets too emotional about things. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, she keeps herself distant, but think about it. Think about her, like, her track record of people dying on her.
Yeah, but you know, okay, fine, she's queen, she can't be, like, sobbing over everyone, right? But she never, like, even needs, like, a private moment to just, like, let it out, you know what I mean? She's just kind of like, I am high and mighty and I am queen and this is how it should be. And yes, I will listen to your advice, advisors.
So you want an Elsa level let it go scene?
No, I just want her to look a little upset about some things, okay?
Well, she looked a little bit upset at the end of the episode before she saw the stupid dragon return. Didn't you see that, like, hands on the railing, kind of looking off into the middle distance?
That was, like, the emotion she should have felt was, like, a 5, 6. She was at, like, 2. A step up from her 1.
Some people aren't that emotional.
She should have been at a 5.
So what did you think about that whole, like, plot of the episode of the freed slave?
I think that was pretty interesting, but I mean, you kind of sit there and you're like, what did you expect? And you kind of sit there going, there had to have been another way to do that.
Well, I mean, you've spent the entire episode saying that this guy deserves a trial. Why didn't you give him a trial?
Because they know exactly who did it? I don't know. They should have given him a trial. You know what they should have done?
What should they have done?
They should have tried the man posthumously. And then been like, hey, but he's already dead, so we can't punish him, so we're gonna desecrate his body. We're also putting this guy who murdered him to death. Don't worry about that, but you know, we gotta punish the dead guy somehow. Don't look at me like that. It would have worked. People would have been fucking satisfied. I'd have this city firmly in hand. I shouldn't have said desecrate.
Yes, you should not have said desecrate. That is a harsh word.
They could have, like, left him in the harbor. That's still, like, desecration. I didn't mean, like, hey, let's go, like...
Are you saying give the body to the masses to do what they see fit?
Sure, if that's what you feel like would work, satisfy them. Or they could have just, like, hung him and left him there for a very long time. Or they could have brought back the crosses and put him up there.
But Daenerys wouldn't do that because...
He was already dead!
But still...
And it's the law. The law is the law. That's what she said.
I am the law!
She didn't say that.
I know, but, like, when he says that to her, I'm just like, Judge Dredd, I am the law! Who have we not talked about? Okay. I gotta say, back to my buddy Littlefinger and Sansa. Like...
Sansa's just working it up.
I know, like,
she's
she's...
like...
like...
Poker face.
Mad respect for her. She's just gonna play Littlefinger so hard.
I hope so.
I'm just gonna go through this series just assuming that's gonna be the outcome. And that's how I'm gonna deal with anything Littlefinger does at this point in the game. I'm just gonna be like, haha, yeah, he did this now, but wait till Sansa gets, like, into the game for reals.
But I think she needs something to, like, have to keep her soul from, like, becoming Littlefinger. Like, she needs something to hold on to. Because otherwise she's just going to become a Littlefinger copy clone. So, somebody needs to give her something they really care about.
My favorite part of the episode, aside from the Bron experience, was when Stannis and Davos are trying to convince Jon Snow to, like, be Jon Stark and, like, forsake the Night's Watch. And Stannis gives him that slip of paper from the 10-year-old girl. It's like, we're not going to follow you. We follow the Lord of the North, and his name is Stark. And I'm just like, oh! You guys are still alive and kicking.
Oh, I love those bear women. They were just incredible. And when they died, you felt really, really bad.
Right.
There's, like, still, like, 2 kicking around, but when the other ones got it at the Red Wedding, you were like, no! These women were great.
Yeah. So that was good. I love Davos so much because Stannis is giving his spiel and you can just see Davos in the background just like
Hey Stannis! Stannis is awesome!
Like, just give him pom-poms at this point. T-A-N-N-I-S, Stannis! Woo! Like,
take a party paper.
you gotta say that, like, the undying loyalty that Davos has is so inspiring. It's just like, imagine being able to be that loyal to someone. Imagine just having that, you know, just like,
this guy is amazing. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I don't think Stannis would be as likable without Davos.
Yeah.
You'd kind of just be going around like, oh, well, you know.
He kind of softens the edges.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like the carrot and stick.
yeah, and it's because you have Davos pulling him one way and then you have Melisandre pulling him the other, and it's like a really awkward sitcom. Stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. She wasn't in this episode. Instead, we got Stannis' creepy wife. Yay!
Yay for creepy wife.
So what do you think is going to happen to their daughter? Because I think she's going on the pyre at some point.
Really?
I think that's what's going to happen. Because at the end of last season, they were talking about, when they were going to go north. Oh, bring your daughter. Because reasons. And I'm just like,
oh.
ugh.
I think they would finally turn Stannis against Alexandra, though.
Yeah, but you have to remember that creepy wife would probably still be for it.
Oh, she would definitely be for it. I will not deny that.
Like, oh man.
The wife would be for it, but Stannis
woman,
would be like, nope, that's it.
Stannis' loyalty to Melisandre.
He's just using her.
Wifey loyalty to Melisandre is like...
Oh, there.
A creepy version of Davos' loyalty to, like... If Melisandre asked her to kill someone, it would just be like, how do you want them to die? Like, no questions.
Should I make them suffer?
How long do you want them to suffer?
Yeah. It was a fun episode. Sort of. For those, 10 minutes.
I had fun. I enjoyed the entire episode.
I wasn't, crying my eyes out. I was so bored. I was just kind of like, I'm not impressed. I'm not, totally excited for, the next... I'm excited for things that I want to happen in my head versus things that I'm pretty sure are going to happen in the show. And that's kind of a problem. I'm not, excited for their version of what's going to happen. I'm excited for the canon in my head.
I just want to see the sand snakes.
But, didn't we have a bet about when the sand snakes were going to appear?
Yeah, but we were really, really off because we thought it was last season. So that bet is, dead in the ground.
I don't know. Do you think they're gonna, I'm almost gonna say we're probably gonna get to episode 5 before they appear.
Yeah, I think it's either gonna be either 3 or 4. I think, because I expect, this is the way I would do it, I guess, have, when Jamie and Bron are on their merry way, just but what about those sand snakes? And then cut to, one of them, killing someone with a whip. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just kind of, introduce the threat, set up the chessboard because you know Jamie and Bron are gonna probably have to like against those two.
Do they kill people with whips?
One of them does. One of them favors the whip. One of them favors the spear. Another one favors knives. Like one of them likes poison. I think they've condensed them into 3, and they're all by the consort. Like they've mentioned in the show that Oberyn has multiple daughters by multiple like women, but I think they're only focusing on
3.
On 3.
All right. I guess the characterizations are so confusing anyways.
I mean, there are so many people in the books that don't make it to the show.
It's so true. I don't even want to go back and count. But anyways.
Oh, one more thing. On the list of creepy characters, that like ex-broken Maester guy. Can we talk about him for a bit? Because I don't like him. Yeah, him.
Guy's name probably started with a K.
Yeah, he freaks me out.
Totally being specific here. Yeah, he freaks everyone out. Oh yeah, I'll just take that severed head, just bring it up to my chamber. Okay. Like, are you sure you're coming out?
And have you noticed that all the lines they're giving to Varys, if you were to like string them all together, would be like the most epic trailer ever? Like put that over like some crazy like.
Oh yeah.
It would just
yeah.
Epic trailer.
Like of just like people looking sad.
Yeah. Just be like, but we're never happy in the box, are we? It's just like, you know, it's just like.
And then like the darkness descends and it just says Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Oh my god. Totally should hire us to.
Totally. We could totally do the marketing for this show. Totally. We know what the people want.
Yes. The people.
Yes. So that is this episode. We'll see you next week for the next episode.
She's forcing me to watch it.
Oh, shut up.